So welcome to my session, guys. Myself Tushar. Okay, I have 6+ years of experience as a DevOps engineer, and I was previously working for HDFC Bank Limited as a as a DevOps engineer. And now recently I had changed to one of the new organization, that is Mercedes-Benz. Okay, so total my experience is on 6 years on totally. It is totally on DevOps. So let's get started, guys. So before going to discuss about the DevOps, so let's discuss some of the basic things regarding DevOps. Okay, see, for development of any of the softwares, we used to follow one life cycle, right? Okay, that is called as a software development life cycle. Just a second, guys. Let me check whether it is started recording or no. Okay, it is started recording. Okay, so in our, that is called a SDLC, we say SDLC. So the traditional way used to follow is waterfall model. Okay, so let's discuss about waterfall model, some of the basic concepts. Okay, so what are the phases include phases available in the waterfall model, and some discuss some of the basic things regarding waterfall model and why it is a disadvantage. Okay, so all those kind of things. Okay, so the first phase in the waterfall model is requirement phase. So in this phase, our business analyst assume, okay, so in this phase, assume I am working for HDFC Bank and I am working for a Cognizant. I have a client of HDFC Bank Limited. Okay, so what our business analyst will do, first they will they will have a meeting with the client. Okay, and they will take the requirements in the single shot. Okay, that is the main difference, guys. Here the requirement is the single shot. Requirement in single shot. Okay, so he will take the requirements and then we will give it to the next phase, that is called as a design phase. That means how I needs to design this application, right? How I needs to design as per the client's requirement, right? Okay, so the next phase is design phase. Here our developers and tech leads will involve here. Okay, so to design of the application, how we can design and all those kind of things, and they will make some of the documentation like system requirement specification, all those kind of documentation they will make here. Okay, so once this requirement phase is done, our application is ready. Okay, then we'll go for the next phase, that is called as a implementation phase, right? Okay, my application is ready, right? Hence I'm going for the implementation. Okay, implementation phase. So in this implementation phase, our what do you call system admins, the supporting teams, all those engineers will be involved here. Okay, and they will make the implementation of the software. So once this is ready, someone has to check whether, I don't know whether this application is working fine or no. I don't know, right? Being a developer, I can say that application is working fine, but to the other peoples who are using this application, they might face some issues, right? Okay, so I need to check it out. I don't want to take any risk in this one. Okay, so the next phase here is the testing phase. So the next phase is the testing phase. Here the QA team will quality analyst team will involve here, and they will check, okay, all the possibilities, whether the application is working fine or no, in any number of n number of ways they will check here. Okay, fine, then everything is working fine. testing has done and my application is working fine, then we'll go for the next phase, that is called as the deployment phase. That is, we are going to deploy our application to the end users. Okay, we will deploy the application to our end users here. Okay, so the application will be exposed to the world and our customers will be using this application. Deployment is we'll do. Okay, then deployment is done, somebody has to maintain this application, right? Okay, because sometimes we may get some of the queries, some of time we may get the service may go down, so like some kind of things, right? Okay, so for that what we can do is we will have a one more phase called as a maintenance phase. Here our supporting teams will be available here, like L1 and L2 team members. Okay, they will be maintaining this application. Okay, if anything goes wrong, they will coordinate with the team members. So this is called as a maintenance phase. So this is the waterfall what do you call, diagram of the waterfall model, guys. Okay, so here you can see here. Okay, so each phase is interdependent on the previous stage. Okay, why? Because till the design is not ready, we can't go for the implementation nor coding, right? Sorry, one second. Nor coding. Okay, right. Next, so if the okay, fine, till the requirement we have not got, we are not going to design the application, right? Like that, if you can't go for the deployment also, okay, without testing my application I can't go for the deployment as well, right? So as you can see, all the stages in the waterfall model is interdependent on the previous stage. So that what happens, so here these guys, okay, so that what happens, so the test engineers will be sitting idle here. Okay, why? Because until the implementation is not done, these testing engineers will be sitting idle. Okay, at the meantime these design engineers will also be sitting idle. So that what happens here, the resource utilization is less. Okay, so the main thing is resource utilization is less here. Okay, resource utilization is why less, because you can see once the, because each phase is dependent on the previous stage here. Okay, so that all the engineers will be sitting idle here, right? So that the resource utilization is less. And most important, guys, each stage is dependent, sorry, each stage is manual task here. Okay, we are not going to deploy this task in the automation here. Okay, here the deployment is manual. Deployment is manual. Okay, fine. Okay, and guys, to complete one project here, to complete one single project, it takes 6 to 8 months to complete a project. Okay, as I said, 6 to 8 months to complete a one project. Assume, guys, if the in this duration, okay, if any other organization comes and gives the product with the same features, with the advanced features, then what the product which we have developed is, it may become outdated. Okay, as you know, in the mobile section, okay, there is one or the other updates is coming day by day, right? Okay, once the updated version is has been released, okay, the older version it become the outdated. That means no one is going to use the outdated version. So the what the product which I have developed, it become outdated and nobody will use, and it will impact in my business here, right? Okay, so to overcome this issue, the DevOps came into the picture. Okay, so to overcome this issue, one more methodology we will use, that is called as agile methodology. Agile methodology came into the picture. Okay, as per agile methodology, here we will take the requirements in a small phases. Okay, how will take, guys, in agile methodology we will take the requirements in a small phases. How means, suppose for example, take the example of the HDFC bank net banking, guys. Okay, so as per the requirement from the HDFC, they want the logo should be so and so design, so and so fonts. Okay, like that they will use the some of the requirements they will give here to our to the payroll company. Okay, then we will work on that. Okay, then small phases we will take here. Okay, first thing, then here we follow sprints. Okay, here we follow sprints. So the duration of the each sprint is 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, so here you can see guys, in a waterfall model it is 6 to 8 months to complete the project. Okay, but whereas here in the agile methodology it is 1 to 2 weeks, right? Okay, within 1 to 2 weeks we are deploying something to our client. Okay, right? Then here you can see in the waterfall model guys, it is manual task we are going to perform here, right? Okay, but whereas in the DevOps, that is in agile methodology, the deployment is automated. Okay, so let's discuss guys how we can automate this guys. Okay, how we can automate the our jobs here. Okay, so before going to discuss about the automation, I want to say something. So DevOps means, okay, DevOps, so here DevOps means two teams. Okay, dev stands for DevOps, sorry, development. Okay, and ops stands for operations. Okay, so DevOps means two teams collaboratively works together is called DevOps guys. Okay, is called two teams collaboratively works together is called as a DevOps. Okay, and it is not a new tool, it's a new strategy of it's a new strategy of developing the application or a software product. Okay, fine guys. Okay, so let's discuss how we can achieve this automation here. Okay, using DevOps. Okay, and most important guys, the most of the tools which we are going to use in the DevOps is a open source only. That means we no need to purchase a license for that, right? Like if you're using for Microsoft Windows, right, Windows 10, we need to purchase a license for using this Windows operating system, right? In the same manner, okay, here we no need to use the pay the money for using the software here. It is totally open source. Most 90% it is open source. Okay, some of the applications we need to purchase a license for that, but it is okay, right? 100 out of 100% here 90% is free only, right? So being a 10% is it more make any much difference. Okay, so let's discuss guys how we can achieve automation. Okay, so fine, assume I have a developers here. Okay, assume I have a 3 developers. So what these developers will do guys, they will write the source code here. Okay, so in a real time guys. Okay, so we are not supposed to share this source code in any of the communication medias like Gmail or WhatsApp or Facebook or any other communication medias guys. Okay, so if you do like that, then you will be fired. Okay, so don't do such kind of things. So how we need to store this, how we need to communicate between these developers, right? So for that we used to use a one repository here. Okay, that is called as a version control system, that is VCS. VCS stands for version control system. VCS stands for version control system. Okay, so example for this is subversion. Okay, then CVS. Okay, fine. Yes. Okay, now what our developers will do is they will write the source code. And one more thing guys, here I told you, right, here we will take the requirements in a small phases here. Okay, so assume I will be working on bug one module, okay, and my other colleague will be working on other modules. Like that, n number of modules our developers will be working. Okay, once they have a code here, okay, once their code is working fine in their local machine, what they will do, they will push the code to the this version control system here, that is called as a VCS. Okay, like this they will push the code to the version control system. Okay, yeah, now I have a raw source code guys, right? Okay, so our developers will write the source code and this code is available in the version control system now. Okay, and this is the raw source code, that means it is not an executable code here, right? Okay, so what I can do is I can make this code as an executable, right? So how can I make that? Okay, so for that we will use one tool called as a build tools, we say. Okay, we call it as a build tools. So example for this is ant comma maven and gradle. Okay, so what this build tools will perform, right? So it will make the executable code here. How it will make guys? Okay, what all the code it is going to perform? Okay, so it will make the artifacts here. We call a technical word is called as a artifacts. Okay, so what all the artifact it is going to perform, right? Like .jar, .var, .ear. So what all these things, right? So jar stands for Java archives. Okay, then var stands for web archives. Then EAR stands for enterprise. Okay, archives. Okay, so using these build tools, right, that is ant or maven or gradle, we will create the artifacts here, that is .jar, .var or .ear, and it is depends on the what kind of project which we are working guys. Okay, fine. So using these build tools, we are making this code as a executable code guys, right? Okay, now assume guys that we have a three developers, right? So some might be the poor developers, some might be very talented developer, right? Okay, but the organization wants to maintain some standards. Okay, they don't want to take any risk. Okay, because if they make like that, it may impact on the business here. Okay, their business. So for that what we can do is we can use a one more tool that is called as a Sonar Cube. Okay, Sonar Cube. So what is the task of this Sonar Cube? So the task of this Sonar Cube is it will check the quality of the code. Okay, so what the developer has wrote the source code, right? Okay, so this code will be analyzed by our Sonar Cube. This is the one tool guys, and 90% it is free only. Okay, for most of the languages it is free only. For some of them they are charging. Okay, fine. Now I have a code guys, raw source code. I have made it as an executable code. I have analyzed the code as well, right? Okay, now I can so assume guys, what are the artifact which I have created, right? Okay, it might require for me in the later time. Okay, so for that I want to store that. Okay, I want a one repository to store this one, right? Okay, so for that what we can do is we can use one more tool called as the artifactory repository. Okay, so this example for this artifactory repository is Nexus or JFrog. Okay, so the example for the artifactory repositories is Nexus or JFrog. So the task of this Nexus or JFrog is what are the artifacts which we have created, right, using the build tool, that is artifacts jar, var or ear. These will be stored in these repositories. So in later point of time if I require, then I can fetch those artifacts here, right? Okay, so now I have everything. So now the main tool comes, that is called as a CI tool. Okay, that is continuous integration tool. Okay, so the example for this is Jenkins, okay, Hudson. So a number of tools is there, guys. Okay, Jenkins and Hudson one are the same only. Okay, Jenkins is the open source, whereas the Hudson is a paid version. Okay, fine, yes. So now I have a continuous integration tool. As the name suggests, guys, continuous integration, that is we are going to integrate, right, everything. So what I will do is I will create a one job in a Jenkins, guys. Okay, so that what happens, the Jenkins will automatically fetches the code from the version control system. That is in our case I will use some of, okay, I will explain that what are the tools. Okay, so Git or anything. So when I have need to create a job in a Jenkins for every project, so that what happens, this Jenkins will automatically fetches the code from the version control system and it will give it to the Sonar Cube. Why? Because I wants to analyze the source code. Okay, that is quality of the code is accuracy or no. So such kind of things. Okay, to check the quality of the source code, we are using Sonar Cube, and this Jenkins will give the code to the Sonar Cube. Okay, fine. Now if the Sonar Cube has done the test, okay, and everything looks fine, okay, then what I can do is I can make the code as a executable code using the any one of the build tools like Ant or Maven or Gradle. Using any one of these build tool, we will make the code as a executable code here. Okay, so then next, so I have a code now. So what I can do is I wants to back up this code here. Okay, so for that what I will do, I will integrate it with the Jenkins. Okay, so Jenkins will pushes the code to the Nexus now. Okay, fine, guys. So everything I have now. So as per the CI tool, it will automatically fetches the code from the version control system. Then it will give to the Sonar Cube for source code quality checking. Then the code will be given to the build tools. So using any one of the build tool like Ant or Maven or Gradle. So using this build tools, we will create a these artifacts, that is jar or var or EAR. Okay, any one of the artifacts. Okay, it is based on the our which what kind of project which we are working on. Okay, then I have created the artifacts here and I will push the artifacts to the Nexus or JFrog just for backup purpose here. Okay, fine, guys. Everything I have now, I can go for the deployment here, right? Okay, for that what I can do, I have one more tool called as a Tomcat or Wildfly. Okay, so this Tomcat and Wildfly also I will integrate with Jenkins. Okay, so that automation everything is automated now. Okay, so see, guys, now. Okay, so I will create a one job in a Jenkins now. So Jenkins will automatically perform all these things. Okay, is it automated, right? So everything is automated here. We are not going to touch anything here. Okay, everything is automated. Just we need to create a one job first in a Jenkins, and we needs to integrate all the tools with the Jenkins. Then Jenkins will take care of everything. Okay, so this is what the automation here. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, since I have only one instance, okay, normal application, then I don't have any problem here. Okay, so if I have any critical applications, right, like any of the net banking or e-commerce application like Amazon or Flipkart or Walmart, and number of critical applications is there, right, guys? Okay, if you have only one single instance, if anything goes wrong with this instance, then our application will go down, right? Okay, and it will impact your business. Okay, so that what the organization will do is they will create a n number of instances here. Okay, so assume I will create 2 or 3 instances here. Okay, so here also we'll use Tomcat, fly. Okay, so guys, now I have a 3 instance. Assume I have a 3 instance. Okay, but in the real time it will be having n number of instances. Okay, depends on the project as well. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, now I have a 3 instance. Okay, I have wants to apply one patch, right? Okay, so there is a two chance of doing this. Okay, one, you need to log in into this server, okay, and do your activity and come out. Okay, in the same manner you needs to do your login into this server, do your activity and come out, right? And in the same manner here also login, activity, logout. Okay, assume if I have one or two instance, then I don't have any problem here. Okay, if I have n number of instance, okay, then it will become a quite hectic problem here, right? Okay, so for that what we can do is we can use one of the other tool called as a configuration management tool. Okay, configuration okay, so the example for this is Ansible, Chef, Puppet. Okay, so the configuration management tool examples are Ansible, Chef or Puppet. Okay, now what I will do, I will integrate this server, this configuration management tool with the configuration the CI tool. Okay, so assume I have created a one of the web artifact. Okay, that is a var artifact I have created. So instead of directly deploying into the Tomcat or Wildfly, guys, I will give it to this configuration management tool. Okay, so this configuration management tool will performs the deployment here. Okay, here we will write a one kind of scripts. Okay, like in a Ansible we'll write a playbooks. Okay, whereas in a Chef or Puppet we'll write a cookbooks here. Okay, but in the as of now in the latest in the market is Ansible have a good market now, hence most of the organization are using Ansible. Okay, and there is a lot of advantages also using the Ansible over Chef or Puppet, guys. Okay, so assume I wants to apply one patch here. Instead of logging into all the three servers, what I can do is I will just write a one script here in this configuration management tool. Then this configuration management tool will perform the task in a single shot, and we no need to log in these servers also. Okay, so this is what the automation, guys. Okay, fine. Then we have one more tool called as a Docker. Okay, that is for the containerization tool, Docker. And this Docker also, we will integrate with the Jenkins, guys. Okay, and most of the organization now they are going for the microservice architecture here. Okay, and for that the Docker is very useful for that. Okay, so using Docker also we can go for the deployment, and it is also depends on the architecture, guys, what kind of architecture we have made for the our project, right? So it depends on that project. Okay, so here we'll use any of the Tomcat, like okay, Tomcat or Wildfly. Okay, fine, yes, this is also here, this is using configuration management also we can go for the deployment, and here using Docker also we can go for the deployment. As the name suggests, guys, the containerization tool, Docker is called as a containerization tool here. What, okay, what the container? Okay, assume you are vacating your home, right? Okay, so what I will do, you will assign a one container, right? In that you will put all your things, vessels, whatever, everything, right? In the same manner, here in the Docker containers we will be having our so operating system, your application, your environment variables, okay, your any other necessary services also. Okay, and the size of this Docker containers will be very less, guys, very less. You can't imagine also that much less it will be, because of this lightweight only. Okay, the shipping of this application will be very easier. Okay, and most of the organization now they are implementing their new projects on the Docker containers only, of the microservice architecture. What this microservice architecture, guys, you might be getting some confusion in the microservice. So what is this microservice? Okay, so better take the example of this amazon.com. Okay, you visit any of the application, just example I'm saying. Okay, you will be seeing, one second. Okay, you can see, right, hello, sign in. Okay, orders, your cards here. In the earlier days, guys, okay, how they are going to make is, if you wants to apply one patch, right, okay, the entire application they used to bring down. Okay, but whereas in a microservice what they will do, they will create a single for sign in only, they will create a one service. For cards only they will create another service. Okay, like that n number of services they will create here. That is called as a microservice architecture. Okay, so if you wants to apply a patch, if you are going to perform any activity on a particular service, then you no need to bring the entire application down. Okay, you can break only the particular services here. Okay, like that we can make, and most of the organization they are following the microservice architecture in the market recently. Okay, fine. Fine guys, as everything is looking good now. Okay, right. Then being a human guys, my application, so it is quite difficulty, right, to whether my application is working fine or no, right? Okay, so for that what I can do is I can use a one of the monitoring tool. Okay, so the next tool is called as a monitoring tool. Okay, examples are Nagios or Neuralink. Nagios or Neuralink. Okay, so the task of this monitoring tool is, if you have any web application, okay, like Amazon or Amazon.com only. Okay, being a human, it is quite difficulty, right? One second guys. Okay, so being a human, it is quite difficulty, okay, to go and check whether my application is working fine or no. Okay, so what I can do is I can configure it with the monitoring tool. So this monitoring tool, okay, will monitors your application. Okay, so that if anything goes wrong with your application, right, they will send the notification to the supporting team. We'll have a one supporting team here. Okay, so the task of this supporting team is, okay, so as soon as this monitoring tool sends the notification, right, to this supporting team member, this supporting team will check the notification. Okay, if anything goes wrong with the application, okay, then they will raise a ticket with these developers. Okay, if anything goes wrong with the infrastructure level, then they will raise a ticket with the DevOps engineers guys. Okay, then using the any one of the ticketing tool, they will raise a ticket. Like Zyra or any number of ticketing tools is there, like service desk. Okay, you can use any one of the ticketing tool guys. Okay, so this is what the CI/CD process guys. Okay, as the name suggests here, continuous integration and continuous delivery here. Okay, this is called as a CI/CD process. CI/CD. Okay, that is continuous integration and continuous delivery. Okay, fine. So let's recall one more time guys. Okay, so our developers will write a code. Okay, and it will be a raw source code guys. Okay, so these developers will push us the code to the version control system. So here the developer work is done here. Okay, right. Then here we need to first we need to integrate all these tools with the Jenkins. Okay, that is the name suggests continuous integration. Okay, so once we integrate all these things, then the Jenkins will, we need to create a one job for every project. Okay, so that what happens, the Jenkins will automatically fetches the code from the version control system. Okay, that is from the Git or GitHub, GitLab, n number of options is there. Okay, so one, it will automatically fetches the code from the version control system, and it will give to the Sonar Cube. What it will do, the task of the Sonar Cube is it will check the quality of the source code here. Okay, fine. Then if the quality is reaches the 85% of the accuracy, okay, then what we will do, we will make the raw source code as a executable code using any one of the builder tools, that is called as a ant or maven or gradle here. So what kind of artifact it is creating, it is creating like .jar, .var, .ear. So .jar stands for Java archives, .var stands for web archives, .ear stands for enterprise archives guys. Okay, fine. And this archives will be pushed to the Nexus or JFrog. Okay, this is called as a artifactory repository guys. Okay, fine. Then we will integrate the Jenkins with the configuration management tool. So this configuration management tool, if you wants to perform any of the tasks in the destination servers, okay, like this we can call it as a destination servers or node servers, whatever it is. Okay, if you wants to perform any of the task, okay, assume if you want to deploy any of the var file, okay, we no need to deploy from the Jenkins to this Tomcat or Wildfly. We will give it to the configuration management tool. Here we will write a one kind of scripts, okay. So that script will perform the task in a single shot. If I have a 10 servers, it will deploy the artifacts in the 10 servers in a single shot, okay. We no need to log in into these servers here, okay. That is what the configuration management tool performs here, okay. Then the next tool is called as a containerization tool, that is called as a Docker, okay. As the name suggests, container here, okay. That means everything will be available in a single container. Your application, your operating system, your services, your dependencies, data files, everything, okay, in a single file, okay. And the size will be very less. That is what the advantage of using this Docker containers, guys, okay. So using the Docker containers also, we can go for the deployment file, okay. Fine. Then comes the monitoring tool, because somebody has to monitor my infrastructure here, okay. So for that we can use the Nagios or New Relic, okay. A number of monitoring tools is there, okay. Using any one of this monitoring tool, we can monitor our infrastructure, guys, okay. So as soon as if anything goes wrong with the infrastructure or application, it will send the notification to the supporting team here. So this supporting team will raise a ticket using any one of the ticketing tool, either Zyra, Service Desk, any number of these, okay. So using this ticketing tool, they will raise a ticket. If anything goes wrong with the application level, then they will raise a ticket to the application team, okay. If there is anything goes wrong with the infrastructure level, then they will raise a ticket to the DevOps team, right, guys. So this is what the entire process is called as a CI/CD process, guys, okay. There is a continuous integration and continuous delivery, guys, okay. So and every phase is automated here, okay. Like in a waterfall, it was a manual task, right? It is entirely automated here, okay. And one more most important, guys, okay. Suppose for example, I have deployed one of the var file, okay. I have any wrong code, it was available, okay. It was something goes wrong with my application, okay, whatever the chances may be, okay. If you wants to revert back that code within a fraction of seconds, we can take that code back, guys, okay. And your application will be working fine, okay. This is what the advantage of using this DevOps here, okay. And in the market also, for a DevOps engineer, there is a huge salaries they are giving, and there is a the growth for the DevOps engineers is growing like anything, guys, okay. Fine. Any doubts, guys? So somebody has pinged me. Sorry for the delay, guys. Let me check. So what is configuration management tool? Okay. So in a simple manner, we can say, guys, means, okay, if you want to operate your TV, okay, how you are operating using the remote, right? In the same manner, if you want to operate something in a servers here, okay, in these node servers, okay, you no need to go and log in into that server, okay. You can do the perform the activity in this configuration management tool only, okay. This is what the configuration management tool does here. Not only the copying of files or anything, okay, it can perform whatever you want, okay. There is a huge options is there with the configuration management tool, okay. Is that clear, Prakash?
Yeah, it is clear now.
Okay, thank you. Any
And
other
about
doubts, guys?
Docker.
Yeah, what do you have? What's the doubt?
So Docker is for containing the images, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
No, Docker is the containerization tool here, okay.
Mhm.
So how can I say, means, okay, just a second, okay. As the name suggests, assume I have a, okay, take the example of Amazon.com only, okay. If you are not using this Docker, what are the things you require? Okay, first you require a machine, okay. Under that you require a OS, operating system, right? Under that you require your application, okay. Then your database, right? Then any necessary services here, okay. So if you are using this Docker containers, okay, and you can see the size will be very high, okay. Assume it is minimum, okay, around 10 GB, right? If you are using this Docker containers, are you going to cover all these tools in the training, and is today for the first day of the training? It's only a demo, guys, okay. Just a second. So if you are using for the Docker, guys, okay, you will be having your OS, then your application, then your necessary services here, sorry, in a DB also, then services also, okay. So in a simple example, I will say the size will be, okay, if you are using the normal instance, if you're taking the 10 GB, right, okay, then using the Docker, okay, the size will be around 200 to 300 MB only, okay, right? How, see the difference here, 10 GB, here it is only 200 to 300 MB here. And that also we can customize, guys, using the one more tool called as a multi-stage Docker. Okay, that is also I will explain. Multi-stage Docker here. So if you use the multi-stage Docker, right, guys, okay, it may come around within 100 MB, guys. Okay, if you use the multi-stage Docker. Okay, so is that clear?
So
Any other doubts,
basically,
guys?
what I've understood is like it's for compressing a database, right? Or maybe the size.
No, it's not the matter of size here. See, if you have a normal machine, right, if you wants to ship it, okay, that means if you wants to ship from one place to another place, okay, so it is quite difficulty, okay. But then if you're using the Docker containers, it will be very less as a size because of the size, okay, and you can ship it very easily, okay. That is what the using the advantage of using this Docker.
Okay, because I have heard like Docker, by using Docker, we used to transfer images from one server to, or like we're
Yeah,
transferring
that is
files.
what, assume I have created all these things, right, okay. So what I can do is I can create an image of this, okay. So what happens, I will just, if you want the, my assume I have my one application, if you want the same application to you, what I will do, I will create an image of this, okay, and I will just transfer it to you. Simple, right? It is very easy to transfer.
Okay, fine.
And using the microservice architecture, it is very useful using the Docker containers.
Now got it. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
then any other doubts, guys? Somebody has pinged, just a second. Are you going to cover all these tools in the training, and is today for the first day of training? No, guys, I used to train all the tools from the scratch to the advanced level. Sir, how Docker is different from Maven build? Okay, fine, guys. Okay, if you are creating the any of the artifacts, like if you have a web application, okay, then we are creating the var file, right? Like that, if you are using the Docker also, so now the trend has came into the microservice architecture, right? So how they are creating, so what our developers will write, right, using these developers before using the Maven, or right, they were using in the Java application, okay, for writing the source code. So for Docker containers, what they are doing in the latest technology, they are writing the code in the Node.js, okay, Node.js and React, okay. So they will write the code in a local machine, okay. Then what they will do, they will give the code to the Docker file, okay. So what the task of the Docker file is, it will create an image, Docker image it will give. Then using that image, we will create the Docker containers. You got my point, guys? Okay, that is what the difference here. So Maven will build the artifacts here like jar, var, or EAR, whereas the Docker containers, it will create the image, then from image to Docker container it will create. That is what the difference, okay. In the regular classes you will come to know, okay, how the difference it is, okay. Is that clear, Sandeep? Okay, no, but you can please provide me the DevOps. After this I will tell you, okay, what are the tools I'm going to cover, okay. Then Sandeep, yes, okay. So any other doubts? If not, guys, then I will continue. Okay, one second. Somebody has pinged. Sir, I stay in US. How can I pay? Okay. So that thing we'll discuss later. Okay. So most of my students are from US. Okay. Singapore and Canada. There only it is. Hence we are starting in this time. Okay. During the night. That is 9 p.m. Okay. And one thing, guys. Okay. The classes will be at the 9 p.m. IST. Okay. Indian Standard Time. It is 9 p.m. So that everybody will be free. So that we can take the class as well. Okay. Fine, guys. If you don't have any doubts, then I will continue. Yes, it means 9:30 a.m. in the US. Okay, that is what Sandeep. Okay. If we take in the early morning, right, it will be very difficult, right? I think it will be in the 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the evening for you guys. Okay, hence we are taking in the night time, in the Indian Standard Time. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, then, okay, and let me continue this. Okay, if you don't have any doubts, so what are the tools which I'm going to cover, right? Okay, first is, as all these tasks we are going to perform on the Linux machine, guys. Okay, hence we'll give some of the basic introduction of the Linux here. Okay, first it is required for, like, because most of the tasks and most of the organization uses the Linux machine only. Okay, very 95% they will be Linux only. Okay, hence we are using some of the basic concepts of the Linux here, right? Then the second tool, that is called as a version control system. We will use GitHub for the version control system. Okay, then Sonar Cube for source code quality checking, right? Then what else? And okay, introduction to and. Nobody is using, guys, but I will give some of the brief introduction regarding and. Okay, and Maven for building the artifacts, that is jar var EAR. Okay, then six. Okay, what do you call artifact repository, that is Nexus and JFrog. Okay, then Jenkins for continuous integration tool, then Ansible. Before that, introduction to Chef and Puppet. Okay, then Ansible. Okay, Ansible is the main, guys. Okay, then for deployment we'll use Tomcat and Wildfly, right? Then for monitoring we will use the Nagios as a monitoring tool. Okay, anything which I left? So nothing, guys. Okay, and uh one more thing, what do you call it? The Kubernetes. Okay, introduction to Kubernetes. And one more thing, guys, I am the Kubernetes CK administrator. Okay, certified administrator. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, so these are all the things which I am going to cover, okay, in our regular classes. So all the tools will be taken care, okay, from basic, okay, that is from ABCD to till advanced level. I will explain on each and every tool, guys. Okay, and most important, once we complete this course, right? Okay, so I will share the interview recordings as well. Okay, I will share the interview recordings. Okay, so if you want, so that it will be very easy, okay, to clear the interviews, right? Then all the tools will be explained in the real time scenarios. Okay, all the time we'll get explain the real time scenarios, guys. Then okay, and once you join, right, you can, till you get the job, you can continue with the class, guys. Okay, nobody is going to stop you. Okay, once you uh, take the admission, right? Okay, till you get the job on the DevOps. Okay, you can able to attend my sessions at any time. Okay, and most of the and as it is taking in the online, right, each classes will be recorded. Okay, so you will be getting the recordings of the each classes every day. Okay, and I will share the notes as well. Okay, and I will share the what are the new things, as if any new things comes into the picture. Okay, in I will explain on that also. Okay, fine, guys, is that clear? So can you please share the syllabus in a PDF? Yeah, sure, I will share. Okay, the Durga Soft will share. I will share it to them. I will share. Otherwise, just ping me. Okay. Otherwise, you can take my number 94488. Okay. So this is my contact number, guys. If you have any doubts, just ping me. Okay. This is a WhatsApp number as well.
Yeah, Tushar, Satya here.
Yeah, Satya.
So are you going to, give this Docker as well? Because as I can see, there's
Yeah.
introduction to
Sorry.
Kubernetes.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot it. That is what. Okay, I forgot something. That is what. I will take cover this talker as well.
Yeah, because if we know to the Kubernetes, I think we should know the Docker as well, right?
Docker. Yes,
There is
correct,
an
right.
interdependency between Docker and
Dependency is
Kubernetes.
there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think.
Without Docker,
Thank
you
you.
are not going to touch the Kubernetes. Okay. Thank you for reminding
Okay.
me. Thank you, Satya. Somebody has pinged me. It's okay. Like 1 month. So this course is for how many days? It takes roughly around 2 months, guys. Okay. 60 days roughly. Okay. So I think it may take around 60 hours, 60 to 65 hours it requires. So every day we'll be having the class, that is a Monday to Friday, the regular classes. Okay. And one more thing, guys, we are starting the Kubernetes certification. Okay. If anybody is interested in Kubernetes certification, that is a CKA certification. Okay. Administration. So I am also, we are going to start the new batch only on the Kubernetes certification. If anybody can interested, can join on the weekends. Okay. So once there is a lot of huge openings is there, guys, if there is a Kubernetes administrator with a certified administrator, then you will get a package like anything. Okay. So try, if you are got a job on DevOps, right, try to clear this certification as well. Okay. I will help you on that also. Okay. How to clear and all those the dumps and everything I will share. Okay. So any other doubts, guys? So is there any prerequisite like Java, Python? Nothing, guys. Okay. Okay. If you are blind, okay, then also I will teach. You can get the job very easily. Okay. Because why there is a lot of openings has came means because nobody knows what DevOps is, right? Okay. Because of the less engineers and we have a huge openings, and because of that we are getting the package like anything here. You know, one of my friend, okay, he is having only 6 to 7 years of experience. He is having the 25 lakhs package per annum. Okay, that too in a Intel. You won't believe, guys. Okay, because of less engineers we have a huge openings in the DevOps, and the package also they are giving very high. Okay, and there is no need prerequisites, guys. Okay, only thing is we require Linux. Okay, because of that I am going to teach Linux basics as well. Okay, if you don't know about the ABCD also, no need to bother. I will teach you. Okay, that's clear. Any other things? Any doubts, guys? No doubts? Then our regular classes will be from Monday to Friday at 9 p.m. IST, guys. Okay. During the week, this is on the weekdays. It is totally on DevOps. If anybody is interested on the Kubernetes certification, okay, then we are going to take the class on the weekend. That is totally on certification, guys. Okay, right? Is that clear? Any other doubts, guys? Hope so. Everybody is clear. And thanks for watching my demo. So for the, by when you are going to start the class, I think by next week, guys. Okay,
And it's a 1 hour or 2 hour, Tushar?
one and a half, one and a half.
Okay.
If there is any continuous is there, then we'll take extend the timings as well. Okay, there is no issues. If not required, then we'll continue with stop it when 1 hour. It takes one and a half hour roughly. Somebody has pinged me. Yeah, Git I told you right in the starting only. The
Okay,
GitHub,
वचन कर दो.
Git and GitHub are both the same.
Okay.
Here I told you right. Git. So can you share this recording? Yeah, sure. The Durga Soft will share this recording. Okay, for each and everybody will get the recording of this demo. So payment and all, speak with the Durga Soft guys. Okay. Okay. Somebody has been. Organization Gradle is being used. Can you give some? Yeah, sure. I will give you. Okay. Some of the basic introduction to the Gradle also I will share. Okay. So let me add that also. Okay. So using Gradle also we are creating the artifact only, but there is an advantage of using the Gradle over Maven guys. Okay. And I think Google is yeah, Google is using this Gradle only. Okay. Okay. Then any other doubts guys? Any other thing? So only prerequisite is you should be aware of Linux guys. Okay, hence I'm taking the basic Linux, and you can able to put 1 or 2 years of fake experience. Okay, because since it is an experienced candidate, it is required, right? Hence 1 or 2 years experience we need to put. Okay, there is a fake experience we need to put. Okay, so for fresher they are not hiring, but when in very rare cases they will hire. Okay. Any other doubts guys? Okay, then if not we'll stop it here. Okay, you can for further things you can communicate with the Durga Soft. Okay, they will only coordinate with you, right? And I think by next Monday we are going to start the new batch. Okay, they will ping you the timings, URL and everything guys. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to tell. Okay, I have a one telephone directory, one real-time project. Okay, we will be working on a that project only, and once we complete on this all this course, right, we are going to perform the CI/CD process on this real-time project guys. Okay, I will explain on the, I will show you with the demo. Okay, how the entire thing goes. Okay, that is a CI/CD I told you, right? That is a continuous integration from till here to till deployment I will show. Okay. Yeah, I have that is what I told you. Okay, that is a real-time project only. Okay, I will share the project with you guys also. Okay, you guys also can work on that project. Clear guys? Hope so everybody is clear. Don't have any doubts. Okay, so I think by next week we'll meet. Okay, that is from Monday onwards. The timings and all those kind of things the Durga Sort will communicate. Okay, the payment also they will only coordinate guys. Okay, and if you have any doubts, okay, you can ping me at any time, and this is my contact number, and this is a WhatsApp number as well. Okay, and if any after they taking this class guys, okay, if you get any doubts, okay, you can just ping me in this WhatsApp with this error screenshot. I will help you on that. Okay, whenever I'm free I will check it out and revert on this. Okay, fine. Okay, and forgot to tell my name. I told you already, Tushar. Okay, Tushar Nandiyar. Okay, this is my name. This is my name. Okay, fine, guys. Then we'll catch up by next Monday. Okay, have a nice day. Bye. Take care. Good night, guys. Okay. So those who are staying in US, good morning for them. For Indian peoples, good night.